Hello, hello, everybody. It is Tuesday at 1. So that means it is time for Small BS with Jess. And my name is Jessie Wild from Wild Jessie Consulting, where I like to help small businesses, brick and mortar businesses, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and mompreneurs help to basically manage their businesses and learn more about marketing. And I bring you these little videos every Tuesday to just kind of give you some tips, tricks, and strategies on your small business, especially right now while we're in the middle of a pandemic. And a lot of people have had changes and things that have been going on where their businesses are really struggling and they just need a little bit of extra help. So it's my effort to do that and help you guys by coming on here every Tuesday and giving you some a little bit of advice. So if you end up jumping on live, go ahead and do hashtag live. If you end up catching the replay, go ahead and do hashtag replay for me so I know who is on these with me. It's always fun to see who's following along. And make sure to comment and engage and let me know if there are tips that I'm going over that you are super excited about, or if there are other things that you want me to cover. That's what this is all about, is trying to figure out ways to get you guys information that you need that can help you. So yes, happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's get started. Today, I want to talk about Facebook because I know I've talked about Google and some other ways that we've talked about, like creating your identity and building your mission statement. And once you have those types of things, you're ready to start getting out there and start advertising yourself. So one of the best ways that I feel to do that right now is Facebook. Actually, when companies come to me and if they're struggling and they're just starting out, especially, overdoing like a website or anything like that, where you might be paying out a lot of money to get a domain name, get a website builder, or pay somebody to build your website, I recommend, and honestly, I really believe that Facebook is a great way for you to go about doing that. Okay, it's a free resource. And I know some people are just like, oh my gosh, Facebook, I hate it. I can't take it. It's soul sucking. I understand. I really do. I truly get that. So if you're one of those people, just listen up, because seriously, I get you. I was there, but I'm telling you, the value that you get from it is worth it. Okay. It's worth sitting down for a little bit and like just suffering through. And you'll find that you tend to enjoy it once you create your community and you start to get more engagement and everything too. It really does help your business to thrive. So one of the first ways that I think that Facebook is really an invaluable tool and resource is that it creates credibility and awareness of your business. There are a lot of times where I go to a business that calls me out because they're struggling, and the first thing I do, which I said in the last video, was Google them. So if you didn't catch that, that's last week's was all about Google. And the second thing I do is I check them out on Facebook, because it's just what people use now. A lot of people, especially right now, are stuck in their home, and they'll use Facebook. I know a lot of people, especially brick and mortar businesses, will say, well, that's more for an online base. I don't really need that. And you're wrong. Like they do use it, because while you may not be selling your services on there, it's a great way to inform them, let them know basic things like your hours and your services, and just a little bit about you, like your mission statement that we had talked about in a previous video. You're going to want to make sure that you have all those things on there, because what it does is it gives people a clearer view of who you are, what you are about, and it kind of clears out the clutter for you. Those are phone calls that you're not going to get if they're not going to be valuable calls for you. There are people who will just choose actually not to go to your business if they have to call you to find that information out, because they're with anxiety or just time restrictions or anything like that. They're on a different schedule than you are. They're going to be less likely to use your business if they have to call to find basic information. It's just too hard for them. You want to make it as easy as possible. And right now, Facebook is easy. Okay. And a lot of people are using it. So you want to be where the people are. And sorry, they're there. So the other thing that it does is it drives engagement. Okay. It drives engagement for your customers. So you want to make sure when you are doing events, when you're doing different things, and I mean, people are like, well, I don't really do events. If you're doing a sale, if you've got a new product that you just got in, if you're a product place, if you're a service and you got a new service in, or there's a service that does well during particular holidays or particular seasons, then you're going to want to put those things on there. And even if you put those things on and do not engage with your audience at all, it's, again, one of those informational things where it's giving you some credibility. It's letting them know that you're still in business. Because I don't know how many times I've gone even to a Google site and saw, oh, this person is open, go and drive there, and they're not there anymore. So if I go to a Facebook page and I see that they've made the page and they haven't updated it since 2015, my first thought is, oh, they're not open anymore. So if you're not like engaging a little bit, again, with like community engagement and everything like that, then your people aren't going to assume that you're there and that you're active. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing that. Facebook helps to create your voice and your identity. Okay. And I talked about that in another video in the previous weeks where, with your identity and your voice, it helps them to figure out who you are. Which is awesome because it makes you more human, it makes you more relatable, and your Facebook has the opportunity to do that. And if it's with a brand or a company and not you personally, that's okay. Your company still has a voice, it still has an identity. And for people to resonate with that, they have to know what it is. And Facebook is a really good, easy way for them to do that. Again, updating your customers on information. So you're going to be closed for a holiday, throw up a little thing, little gift. Hey, closed for snow, because we know that's going to be coming and that's going to happen. So letting them know things like that so they don't have to call every single second to figure everything out. It's a way to put out little announcements and things like that. Do shout outs to your customers. Okay. You have a customer that just stopped by and did a really big order or took one of your products and did something really cool with it, and you want to shout out to them. Go ahead and put it up on your Facebook page. It's easy. It's an easy post. It's easy engagement. It engages the people that they are with. They're more likely to share your content, especially if they're in a post. And again, it's easy advertising for you, and it's free. And I really do. I really do like Facebook when it comes to businesses as a free resource. You can use other things inside of Facebook. You can use groups. You can do ads where you can pay for it. I personally have used ads in the past, and I'm going to do a video on creating your target audience in your target market, because that's something that when people go to do ads, they get really upset and they say, oh, I did my ad, but it didn't get me anything, or I didn't get any engagement or any people from it. And my first question to them is, did you target your ad? So that's something that I'm going to talk about in another video as well. But basically, I just wanted to go over a few of things of those. When you're struggling with content for your Facebook, I like to tell people about the 70-20-10 rule. And I encourage you to look it up. I'll post underneath this like a photo on it as well that I downloaded from somewhere. But basically, it's that you give 70% value. So free advice. So you have a product, how that product's going to improve their lives. You have a service, how that service is going to help them with whatever they're struggling and their pain points are. If you have any type of business like that, that's where you're going to bring value to their advice. What little tips, little tricks, things like this. Okay. This is part of my 70%. 20% is sharing others' ideas and other services. So if you just collaborated with another company, go on to their Facebook page, find their post where they're talking about something that they've done with you or collaborating with you or something that just resonates with you and you support for them, and go ahead and share it. You can do the same thing with community organizations or just somebody in town or a customer. Go ahead, and that really that's sharing other people's ideas. So that's 20%. And then 10% is your hey Tiffany, 10% is your promos and your pitches. Okay. So 70-20-10 rule is what I'm talking about right now. It's a really good way if you are confused about ways or things to post online. Go and download that, and that's like the simplest form of content creation that I think I could find for you. All right. Well, guys, I got to keep these short so that I can value your time and make sure that I'm just giving you some small tips and tricks. It's every Tuesday at 1. If you like what I said, go ahead and put a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you feel about Facebook. And if there's anything that you need from me, make sure to let me know how I can help you. You can always contact me at Jessie@wildjessie.com, right coming through here. You can go to my website, wildjessie.com. I'll put the link below. And you can always get a hold of me, guys. Thank you so much, Tiffany. That's awesome. Guys, have a great Tuesday.